Hello everyone, welcome back to the next blending mode, that's Vivid Light. Next in Photoshop describes Vivid Light blending mode as combining the effects of color dodge and color burn modes like that. So Vivid Light burns or dodges the colors by increasing or decreasing the contrast depending on the blend color. If the blend color is lighter than 50% gray, the image is lightened by decreasing the contrast. If the blend color is darker than 50% gray, the image is darkened by increasing the contrast. However, Vivid Light brightens images similar to color dodge mode but doesn't darken quite as much as color burn. So let me show you two examples with two same things, that's flames. Here I just uploaded two flame images. So let's make a copy of this image, then change the blend mode of the upper layer to Vivid Light. Look at that, what happened, it increases the contrast and it makes more darkens, or it makes more darken. So how it's happened, as I mentioned earlier, if the blend color is lighter than 50% gray, the image is lightened by decreasing the contrast. If the blend color is darker than 50% gray, the image is darkened by increasing the contrast. So when I move back to single layer, so these parts are darker, these parts are lighter, the edges are comparatively lighter. So when I enable the second layer with Vivid Light blend mode, what happens, some parts or the edges are erased because these parts are lighter than 50% gray and these parts are darker than 50% gray. So these parts will increase the contrast and the rest of the parts will disappear. Look at that, this one. I hope it's clear. For these kind of colors or blend colors, if you have such kind of blend colors, it's really useful to increase the contrast. Actually, this is not applicable for all kind of images or all kind of colors because it depends the blend color and blend color contrast. Actually, this is really great for playing with this kind of flames. Let's change into Vivid Light. So look at that, what happened, it increases the contrast and it becomes more dark or more red color. So when I change it to some other blending modes, hard light, I think you can see, then you can feel that this is not that much brighter than Vivid Light. When I go to soft light, it becomes just like the normal mode. So that is all about Vivid Light, and we can use Vivid Light blend mode in such kind of occasions depending the blend color. So I hope you are clear with this blend mode. We are winding up this section and next section is coming out, linear light, pin light and hard mix in this category. I hope you got it. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome back to the next blending mode, that's linear light. Actually, linear light burns or dodges the color by decreasing or increasing the brightness depending on the blend color. If the blend color is lighter than 50% gray, the image is lightened by increasing the brightness. If the blend color is darker than 50% gray, the image is darkened by decreasing the brightness. Actually, these blend modes are similar to each other, so we can head over to practical use. So I just imported an image. Let's make a copy of this image and let's change the blend mode to linear light. So what happened, it lightens most of all areas. Let's go back. It lightens the areas lighter than 50% gray. The image is lightened by increasing the brightness. And the areas or color darker than 50% gray, the image is darkened by decreasing the brightness. Here you can see that the shadows, let's look at the shadows. The shadows darkened, then the light areas lightened. So let's decrease the fill value to normal or 50% or 50, okay, 49, 52%. So look at that difference. This blend mode is really useful to add lightning effects to images with light and dark kind of pixels. So let's go back to the previous, look at that, before and after. So I think this is more light and one. So this is linear light blend mode. So we are moving to the next blend mode, that's pin light, and we have one more in this category, hard mix. So thank you. The next blend mode in this category is pin light. Actually, pin light is one of the less used blend mode. It replaces the colors depending on the blend color. If the blend color is lighter than 50% gray, pixels darker than the blend color are replaced, and pixel lighter than the blend color do not change. If the blend color is darker than 50% gray, pixels lighter than the blend color are replaced, and pixels darker than the blend color do not change. This is useful for adding special effects to an image. So I just imported this image. So let's make a solid color adjustment layer first. So let's go and select solid color adjustment layer with an orange color. It's so attractive. Then okay, then change the blend mode to pin light. So what happens? So the pin light combines the darken and lighten blending modes. Where blend colors are darker than the base color, they are retained. But if the base color is darker, it is retained. So when working with light blend pixels, the lighter of the blend and base color is retained. Well, this was the before and after. Let's keep the fill value down. Now it's the fill value that goes 38% and before and after. It gives texture that affects the lighter and the darker pixels differently. Let's keep it 100 and let's see the opacity goes down. I think the same thing happening here also. Well, so we are moving to the next blending mode, that hard mix, the last one in this category. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome back to the last blend mode in this section, that's hard mix. Hard mix is a 7th blending mode in this contrast group. Hard mix applies the blend by adding the values of each RGB channel into a blend layer to the corresponding RGB channel in the base layer. The resulting images shows a lot of details, and the controls can only be black, white, or any of the 6 primary colors, that's red, green, blue, cyan, magenta, or yellow. It's an extreme blending mode, but you can use opacity and fill to reduce the effect. Fill will probably be your better option for reducing the effect of this blending mode, since it generally gives you better results than opacity. So let's check out that. I just imported this image. Let's check out the RGB channels. I disable red. When I disable red, it goes like this, then green, black and white, then blue. Oh, I cannot disable the blue. Okay, let's move back. Then go to layers panel and make an adjustment layer with solid color background. I'm gonna select an orange color, click OK. Then let's change the blend mode to hard mix. So what happened, it turns like this, just like a retro vintage effect. Let's decrease the fill value. Look at that, it changes, it goes down, it makes beautiful stunning effects. So this hard mix does. Let's disable this color. This was the original image, then moving to the hard mix blending, it goes like this, before and after, before and after, with fill 59% or fill reduced. So what's happening here, it applies the blend by adding the value of each RGB channel into the blend layer to the corresponding RGB channel in the base layer. So it loads a lot of details in the image, and the colors can be only black, white, or any of the 6 primary colors, that's red, green, blue, cyan, magenta, or yellow. So that will be the result with full fill applied, and you can use for amazing picture effects with the hard mix blend mode. So we are completed hard mix blend mode, and also we are completed the contrast blend modes with 7 blend modes. This is one of the best and wide used blend mode category in Photoshop. So we are moving to the next one, and before doing that, let me show you another example. Let's import another image, then make a solid color adjustment layer with a green background, then change into hard mix. So look at that, it changed into green color when I reduce It gives it a green color texture. Okay, let's make change this color to red. So it gives another reddish effect. Can I boost this? Or okay, this is all about the hard mix blend mode. I hope you are clear with these 7 blend modes in the contrast group. These are really important and useful for creating special effects and symbol touch-up, photo image touch-up. So we are moving to the next group. This group is called inversion blending modes. We have really useful blending modes in this category. That's difference, exclusion, subtract, and divide. So we can see there. Hope you're clear. Bye.